Hello Flamingos, it's Jakob from Flamingo Fixed. Today you join me on a mission to surround a state of Germany, or a Bundesland as we say, and it's Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. The track that I built is about 1,000 kilometers long. I just left the city of Greifswald where I started and where I will hopefully finish this loop. Let's go and see what happens in the next almost 1,000 kilometers. Okay, so far I'm still in pretty well-known territory on routes that I used to take when I was living up here. I thought that it might be really windy up here, so I put a 49/16 on, which used to be basically my winter gear. I think it's a bit too low, and I didn't consider that I'm basically on a race setup with the 60mm wheels and the aero bars, so that I might be a bit faster than what I was doing in my winter training. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Oh man. To everyone who doesn't know Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, there's so many cars here. Okay, finally a road with less traffic. For those of you who don't know Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, it's a very rural and agricultural region all the way in the northeast of Germany, directly at the Baltic Sea, with a lot of islands, very empty at times. Like here, all you see is fields, very flat, and unfortunately most of the streets are very busy federal streets. I tried to avoid those, but that means only for 80% of my track Komoot says it's asphalted. For a lot of the track it says unknown. I think most of the other 20% are like concrete plates. There will be some cobbles, every now and then gravel, and some forest paths. I had a lot more of those forest paths in my track, but I changed it in the morning because the summer and spring have been so rainy. And yesterday when I was riding my bike, I was riding one of these forest paths, which usually should be okay in summer, but right now they're really muddy. So I tried to exclude most of those. I did the first maybe 20-25 kilometers now, 2.5%. Okay, let's go. And this is exactly what I've been talking about. The asphalt just randomly ends, and all of a sudden it's a gravel road. So this is not necessarily nicer to ride with this bike, but better for the tires. So I prefer this over the chunky gravel pieces. I think there will be quite a lot of this in different quality when they are new. And there's not patches of sand on them, then they're actually quite good to ride. I mean, no traffic at all, and yeah, it's nice riding in between this tall grown mice. Fucking sand. But yeah, in this condition it's rideable, but there might also be some that are even in worse condition. This probably once was asphalt. I don't know if Komoot thinks this is still asphalt. But this is annoying. So yeah, of course, it would have been smarter to do this with a gravel bike, but on the other hand, The region here is so flat. On the 1,000-kilometer track I have 3,000 meters of climbing, which is nothing, and I think the 3,000 meters are mainly in the lake region where it's kind of hilly, and up here there's no hills at all. That's why I wanted to do it with a track bike. I think ideal might have probably been a tracklocross bike. Like 35 millimeters would have been perfect, I guess. Oh, fucking annoying. And then also I wanted to test the equipment that I want to take for the longer trip I was planning with the other flamingos this summer. And that's more or less the same equipment I have with me now. Yeah, whatever. I'll talk to you after this concrete nightmare here ends. I made it to the first small town on my loop, which is Wolgast. I'm going clockwise, and here I could enter the first of the islands, Usedom. I made two versions of the track, one with the islands and one without the islands. Without the islands it's 200 kilometers shorter, and I don't really have much time, only 2.5 days to complete the full loop. Yeah, I thought I would have a day more, but that's the way it is, so I'm taking the route without the islands, which might also not be so bad. And more cobbles, because the islands of course are really touristy. Sometimes they have nice cycle paths, but very small, and I think in summer they are not unrideable, but also not very fast to ride, and on such a long track might be good to avoid them at all. So behind me is the bridge that would take me to the island, but I'm going left. Yeah, of course. Okay, so this was a very nice, quiet, asphalted street for 8 kilometers until it became this. It's not so much better. I think regarding rideability, the first third will be the worst. Then on the second third it should be okay, I guess, but there might be quite some headwind. And the third could be tailwind and good quality roads. But let's see, let's not be too cheerful about it. We've only done 50 kilometers so far, which is 5%. So yeah, let's go. Cobbles again. This is so annoying. Okay, I just arrived in Anklam, second small town that I passed through. I think there will be one of these small towns about every 30 kilometers on the track. So if I need to resupply, that shouldn't be much of a problem. The Strom. When I said earlier the track has 80% asphalted roads, a lot of it will be like this, with a lot of potholes, a lot of cracks, where you still have to be very careful and can't necessarily ride really fast. I've done almost 90 kilometers now, so 9% done. Let's go for the other 91. So this is almost the best case scenario. Pretty new cycle path. The road next to here is just shitty gravel, sand. Very quiet, no one else around. I have a headwind right now, but that's okay. Prefer that over shitty streets, shitty bumpy gravel and concrete and whatever streets. So like this, it's nice. Let's see how far it takes me. Okay, I'm in Mönkebude, a small village where we used to get ice cream on our way to the sea when I was a kid. I just passed the ice cream store. It's they make really good soft ice, but I don't want to stop just yet. I've only done the first 10%, so I will keep going for quite a while before I take a break. Okay, let's go. Okay, I've done about 120 kilometers now. My cycling computer was just showing me something weird. It said like 200 meters the end, and I was thinking, yeah, would be nice, but I'm sure there's still 950 kilometers to go. But the street I am on right now is called Ende, end. So yeah, that's how rural I am right now. I'm leaving the coast now, and for the next 50-60 kilometers, maybe a bit more even, I will go along the border between Poland and Germany before going west almost all the way to Hamburg, then up to Lübeck more or less, and then back on the coast to Greifswald. Okay, 120 done, 850 or so to go. I think this has been the former border checkpoint, because there was a sign with the traffic rules in Germany and a big abandoned like buildings and parking spot and stuff that's not necessary anymore. I still have to go some kilometers south before I start going west, but basically right now I'm right next to Stettin, maybe 5-6 kilometers away. I don't know what I could do. Have a snack or two. Okay. Oh. And worse. Okay, this was some really annoying cobbles all of a sudden on a descent. Don't need to have that. Okay, I just did my first refill, like at least water refill here on this graveyard. I've done 185 kilometers now, which is already a long ride. So from now on it's probably getting a bit harder. The saddle I have on I already rode at the Kickoff Spring Alley Cat, which was also 180 kilometers, and there it was perfect. But now today with the rough surfaces, yeah, all the contact points already hurt a bit, like hands, feet and my butt. I will take 5 minutes now to rest, check where are the closest cities. I think in about 2 hours I should consider getting something for dinner and stocking up for the night before everything is closed. So I will have to check which city I might do that in, and then I will keep going. Yeah. Okay, it is around 7 now, maybe a couple minutes later, which means in the next supermarket that I see I will have to get dinner. In the most towns here the supermarkets are only open until 8. There are some towns where they are open longer, till 9 or 10, but I don't know how far they are away on my track. And if I don't get anything to eat, then the mission is over, because the candy in my top tube bag is also empty and I can't ride through the night on the 2 chocolate bars I have here. And if I don't ride at least to a big part of the night, I won't have enough time to complete everything. So it's crucial to find a supermarket within the next 50 minutes or something. Okay, but I'm positive, like I think it's not more than 10 kilometers to the next town, so it should be good. There's another thing that I'm not sure about, and that's if I've taken my small lock. I hope it's in the backpack. I think it should be, but I'm not sure. I can't recall packing it in the morning, so I hope it's there. Otherwise that will be also tricky. I will have to convince the people in the supermarkets to let me take my bike in with me. Okay, let's get dinner. Nah. Okay, as you can see, I found a supermarket. Unfortunately, it was a Norma, and even though I like Norma sometimes because they're so stuffed with weird things, if you need to get something precisely, it's the worst supermarket you can go to, I think. So yeah, and being so late, they didn't have buns anymore. I think only buns from yesterday. They are super hard. and non-vegan candy. It's kind of disgusting, but yeah, I don't know. I had to get something. I did 250 kilometers so far. I don't know if I can do the 1,000. I will keep riding for a couple of hours. And I have a sleeping bag with me tonight or in the morning. I think tomorrow in the morning it's supposed to start raining and then I will get even slower. So let's see. Now I eat and then I keep going. Oh yeah, I also forgot to take a spoon. Oh, I don't know. A log, a spoon, all the essentials. I think I was so stressed with the fact that I only have 2 days and I actually wanted to do it in 4 days, like in a more relaxed way, like a real bikepacking trip and not this kind of ultracycling thing I'm doing now. But yeah, maybe that's the reason that I forgot so many things, or maybe it doesn't look so tasty. I'm back to super annoying gravel roads again, or cobbles, or both. During the night, this would be unrideable for me. Come fucking on. Later during the night when the sun is down completely, this will be unrideable for me. With this bike, the risk of falling, slipping on the loose sand or on the gravel, or running into a wild animal becomes way too big. So let's hope this ends soon and that we only have asphalt for the night. Okay, I've done 270 now, almost. That's a bit more than a quarter of the track, which is nice. But yeah, I will keep going for a couple of hours and then see if the roads get too bad to ride them at night. Maybe put my sleeping bag somewhere and sleep, and then hope the weather is not as bad as forecasted for tomorrow, because for tomorrow morning there's supposed to be a thunderstorm. Yeah, let's see. going 40 or even faster in the slight uphills. That's too exhausting. I have this asphalt. I have no real clue where I am. I definitely haven't ever been here in this region. Yeah, so I also don't know what to expect for the next 20, 30, 40 kilometers or something. And I think then I will reach the Seenplatte, a region with a lot of lakes. Okay, I've done the 300 kilometers now. One thing is really good right now, that's the streets are nice. For the last 30 kilometers they were really good and there's no traffic anymore at this time in this region here. But what's really annoying right now is the animals. Like every couple hundred meters there's a deer on the road. Some of them really big with like big antlers and stuff. And I don't want to run into one of them. I already did that once with the bike and that's not nice. I have to keep going, definitely. Slow until the dawn is over and then during the night it gets easier again, I think. The most active there during dawn, at least in my experience. Maybe they also just see me coming earlier when it's really dark and run away earlier, or I don't know. But yeah, that's really stressful right now because even though the streets, like as you can see here, this is a tiny village. I hope you can see something and it's not too dark. But the streets are kind of narrow and they are alleys with a lot of trees and you don't really see stuff. So yeah. Okay, I mean I want to do at least 60 more would be nice, or 65 more, because then that would be my longest ever ride on a fixed gear bike. That would be at least something. It already looks pretty cloudy in this direction where I'm going. So yeah, I hope I can at least crack the 360 kilometer mark and then maybe look for a place to sleep. Okay, you probably can't see anything, but I went to sleep, or at least to my sleeping bag. Set an alarm for 4 o'clock in the morning because I know the next kilometer that are ahead and it's a really small forest path. Yeah, it's just too annoying for me right now. I don't have the focus anymore to be on a narrow 1.50 meter forest path looking out for deer. And then I crossed this lake here and here's this small table with a bench and a roof on top. And that's where I will stay for the next couple of hours and hope the rain comes late, very late tomorrow. Okay, good night. Okay, you probably still can't see much. I was sleeping here on this bench, or I wasn't really sleeping, but I was resting. I couldn't actually sleep. I wasn't really tired in the beginning when I was laying down. And then, yeah, I don't know, I think it was a bit too exposed to actually be comfy. So, I don't know, there was a bunch of sounds as always, and some people passing by on the street even, like cars, which I didn't expect. But I should be a bit rested. So far the weather looks really good. I will keep riding for a couple more hours and then Fingers crossed that it doesn't get too bad today, weather-wise. See you later when the sun is actually up and you can actually see me. Seems like I was actually wrong when I said I know the stretch that's coming up ahead. It's even worse, a lot worse. Right here, it's okay now. It's a cobbled street with the top layer of asphalt, but on most parts there's no asphalt anymore, so it's just really bad cobbles with a lot of sand. I wouldn't have I really wouldn't want to ride this in the dark with this bike especially. So it was a good decision to lay down and have this with some sunlight at least. Okay, let's hope this doesn't keep going forever. Just in case you're still wondering what quality the road surface is here or on this, generally on this track, I just had to screw the camera mount back in because it was coming loose from all the shaking. Okay, let's keep going. I don't know if you can see that, but there's already a rainbow on the horizon. This side looks very gray. This side looks really nice because the sun is just coming up, but I think that's what's coming. Okay, it already started raining. I thought I have at least 3 more hours. That's what the weather forecast said yesterday. I will check again what the forecast predicts now and then make a decision, because I don't want to be stranded in a thunderstorm somewhere in the middle of nowhere. That's not really enjoyable, and I also don't want to get sick. I don't really have the time to just wait it out. And yeah, but I mean, if it stays like this or gets a little bit less again, then I will keep riding. If it's supposed to get worse, then I think I will find a solution to go back home to Greifswald. I will wait for a couple of minutes and then see. Okay, I don't really have internet here, only every couple of minutes. I don't know how this works. And what I found out from that is that it's supposed to be raining for the next 10 hours. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. Which means I will try to find the nearest train station, which will probably still be 2 or 3 hours to get there. And then get a train. let's see. I mean, that's what I'm thinking right now. I will wait for a couple more minutes, and unfortunately this bench is not wide enough that I could sleep again, and there's really thick spiders there. Yeah. And I don't have internet. Okay, let's wait for the internet and then try to make a plan. Okay, I'm back on my bike. Still on the track, but I will go to the train station. The closest train station that makes sense to take is 50 kilometers away. Right now it's only soft rain, but it's supposed to get worse in an hour or something. I will do the 50 kilometers now to the train station and then go home, unless the weather becomes really good again, like very different from forecasted. I've got quite some time to get there, so if there's heavy rain in between I might even wait it out, because the next train going from there is in an hour and I won't make that, and the one after that is 2 hours later, so I've got 3 hours for 50 kilometers. Or let's say I do the 50 kilometers in 2 hours. Then I also got time to go to the supermarket there, get some breakfast. Yeah, that's the plan for now. As always, plans might change. I have some slight hope that the weather gets better and I can continue, but I'm not doing the remaining 600 kilometers in rain. I mean, it's not a race, I'm just doing this for fun, and 600 kilometers in rain doesn't sound so fun to me. Especially not with this bike. You have seen some of the roads on this track, and with this bike they become unrideable when they're wet. Okay, I'm on this kind of nice cycle path through the forest. This looks really pretty here. It's not asphalted, but rideable, very good. Not super fast, but for now it should be fine. I think I have still 25 kilometers left at least. Yeah, let's see. I think I'm riding kind of away from the rain, so I stay in this region with soft rain for now. And if it stays like this, I might even ride the full way back, which would be, I think, about 125, 150 maybe. First I will go to the town Müritz, where the train station is, then check for a route, how far it would be, and then make a decision. Okay, and here it ends and becomes a gravel path. I think I will turn around and look for an alternative. I just crossed another asphalted street. Maybe that's better. I just had breakfast at the supermarket. I think something between 70 and 90 kilometers to go. I don't really know. From here on I know the route. Before it took pretty long. I had to take a look at the map every couple of kilometers, which was super annoying to do that in rain, because then my phone didn't do what I asked it to. For now it stopped raining, which is nice. But I mean, I am wet, the streets are wet, and at least more in the south where I was in the morning, the heavy rain was supposed to start around noon. If that's the same on the coast, that would give me 2 hours without rain maybe, where I could do the biggest part of what's still left. That would be nice. And then maybe another hour in heavy rain, but then I will be home, and there I will have dry clothes and a hot shower. For now, I mean, it's actually nice now. If I would be dry now, it would actually be nice, because the streets are still really empty. I mean, I'm on some super small roads. The air is really nice after the rain. I don't know, everything just looks so fresh and moist. Yeah, let's just enjoy the next hours and not try to take too long. Okay, see you later. Ja, was denn, Alter? It's 11:45 now. I did 460 kilometers all in all. Right now I'm taking a bit of a detour. Not much, only about 4 kilometers. I didn't want to ride on the busy main road anymore, and I saw that there's another street here that's also supposed to be asphalted, and so far it is. I have about 40 kilometers left now, but I am pretty slow, so that might take 1.5 hours maybe, depending on how this road here really is. But I think the last 20 will be super annoying again. Let's see. It must be so nice to have a gravel bike here. I think the region is perfect for that. Every other road ends in a gravel or cobbled road. Okay, now there's asphalt again. Let's go! After more than 500 kilometers of riding my fixed gear bike in a bit more than a full day, I was back in the beautiful Hanse University and drop bar town Greifswald. I got myself some frozen spinach pizza, roughly cleaned my bike to a degree where I could place it in my mom's kitchen, took a hot shower while waiting for the pizza, sat down and ate. Even though my original mission to surround the whole state had failed, I was still in a really good mood because I had just done my farthest ever ride on a fixed gear bike. Surprisingly, even with all the navigating and rerouting, I was only about half an hour slower than if I would have taken the train in the morning, and it felt a lot better having completed a full loop than it would have going back by train. Even after that many kilometers, I didn't feel too exhausted, which gives me hope that I can come back with a different bike and better weather to actually surround the whole state, but maybe also in a more relaxed bikepacking way, so that I can jump into the sea or one of the many lakes and enjoy some ice cream every now and then. The equipment is now tried and tested for the longer trip with Max and Robert in August, which was one of the main reasons for the mission. I hope you enjoyed watching the video and subscribe to join me on the next one. Goodbye.